Hey everybody, this is Alma coming to you from Long Beach, California. Today is Saturday, August 8th of the year 2020, and this is my 31st FlossTube. So welcome to you all to my little corner here in the YouTube universe. Welcome back to all of you returning viewers and subscribers. I do want to give a huge thank you to all of you. If you've watched my video, my latest video this week, then you'll have noticed that I do have ads on my videos, and that is because I finally reached 1,000 subscribers, which obviously would not have been possible without your support, without without you faithful viewers that keep coming back week after week to see my stitching journey, to see what I have to show you. When I started this channel back in the beginning of the year, I never thought that I would have 20 people interested, let alone 1,000. So thank you so very much for that. It really meant a lot to me. I was very excited. And yeah, I do have a few ideas as to have additional content to add to my channel. So I'll see what I can do, because I still have to figure out technicalities. But yeah, again, thank you very much for your continuing support. And if you are a new viewer, then I do welcome you. I hope that you like what you see, and you find a reason to stay and subscribe, and continue to follow me on my stitching journey. This week was a little bit busier. There was just a lot of things that I needed to take care of, like real life things that took away from my stitching time, which was a little bit sad, but it's just a little bit of a sneak preview of what's to come, since school does start back up at the end of the month, which means less stitching time for me. But I still I also think it's also a little bit of a burnout from last month, since I did the bingo challenge for full coverage fanatics. I kind of like stitched like a mad woman, and so when this week came along, it was kind of just like I didn't feel exhausted, but I just kind of felt like I was slowing down, kind of taking my time, and I wasn't necessarily powering through as much as I was last month, which it wasn't a bad thing. Like, I was still very much enjoying what I was doing. Yeah, I just kind of noticed that shift between last week and this week, but I still managed to get a little bit of work done. The first whip that I picked up was one of my Heaven and Earth Designs charts. This is June by Anna Dittman, and I started this back in November. It was for Lady Wing Designs' birthday sale, since her favorite color is yellow, and this definitely has a lot of yellow tones to it. So this is what I have done on her so far. Still stuck on background colors. I'm gonna be, well, this edge right here is actually the edge of the rose petals, so the end is in sight. But I picked this up for Magical Stitches homework. We needed to pick something related to the 3 main characters in the book that we're doing, and so I picked up June to represent Primrose. And then I'm also using this for an Enchanted Stitching monthly challenge. We're doing Princess and the Frog this month, so we are the prompt that I picked this one for is one for it was in relation to Facilier, Dr. Facilier's quote when he's trying to get Prince Naveen to join forces with him, I guess. He says, "Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?" So The admins kind of twisted that to mean like tell us about your cross-stitching sin. So I just said that this is one of my largest projects, so I said I start all the BAPs, all the big bleep projects. So we have to put 2,000 stitches for that prompt. So I did 1,000 stitches this week, and the plan is to do the second 1,000 stitches I guess last week I put in 1,000. This coming week I'm gonna put in another 1,000 stitches. The yearly goal is to reach 10,000 stitches, which I need an additional 1,000 stitches, if that makes sense. So I'll have put in, hopefully if things go to plan, I'll have put in 3,000 stitches by the end of the month, so I can mark that goal for this whip. So again, just 1,000 stitches per week for the next 2 weeks. I've done 1 week, I have 2 more weeks left to go. The next project that I picked up is one that I actually hadn't worked on since the beginning of July. I picked it up for the beginning of bingo. I think it was like the first space I did for bingo, but then I didn't touch it since. This is my Haku pattern. This is from Spirited Away, which is filmed by Ghibli Studios, a Japanese film. And I'm using it for a second monthly challenge for Enchanted Stitching, where we have to, so because of Tiana's song, Almost There, we have to put in 8 hours worth of work on our whip that's closest to a finish. So this is a very fast stitch, and it is mostly done. Most of my projects are full coverage, so they're a bit on the slower side. And this fabric never shows up well on camera. It always shows up way darker than it is. But this is what I have done so far. I still have a couple more hours to go in order to finish that prompt, but this week I focused on him. I did start on Haku himself. I still have some of the background left to go. Sorry, that was like I think something fell upstairs or something. Sorry, but yeah, I still have some of the background left to go on the sides, but I did want to go ahead and start on him. So yeah, I'm also using him for full coverage fanatics around the world monthly challenge, I suppose. It's not a challenge. I mean, they do. It's you don't have to count stitches or anything. It's just they're just doing this event, year-long event where every month we do a different month. This month is Japan. We're visiting Japan. So again, Studio Ghibli is a Japanese film studio. So I'm using Haku. I do want to finish him. I was very strategic. I purposely didn't work on him for second space for bingo last month, because I thought that might get me too close to a finish, and I did want to use him this month for Japan. But I do want to finish him this month. So hopefully, because I'm using him for full coverage fanatics, I'll get that done soon. After working on him for a while though, I did pick up something else for the sake of, I can only stitch on something for so long. I think I spent 2 or 2.5 days on him, and then I needed something else. So I picked up my Tilton Crafts chart. I wanted to say craft and chart at the same time. Tilton Crafts chart, this is based on Daniel Kordick's artwork, Till Death Do Us Part. This was gifted to me by Candace, Slub Lover Stitches, and she's stitching this along with me as well. So I'm using this for a lot of things. I did use this for the magical stitches prompt. Again, we had to pick something that represented each of the characters. So this is what I picked for Hazel, because Hazel's very shy. She's very soft-spoken. And I said, well, Victor, the main character from Course Bride, is very shy and soft-spoken. So I was able to do that prompt, and I'm also using this for penalty stitches for the third one. But since the last time you saw it, I mean, I'm still working on black. It's nothing too exciting. I did this much and this much. So yeah, again, nothing too exciting. It's just a ton of black background. But I'm also using this for the Stitchy Quest. That's the Lord of the Rings themed challenge group, and we're actually starting this month. We've officially started the Fellowship of the Ring. So the first few prompts have to do with the prophecy, the very beginning of the book. So each prompt this week has to do with how the rings are spread out, for 3 rings for the Elven Kings, and for the humans, and blah blah. So so this prompt, or I'm using this for the humans prompt, since we have to stitch something with humans. We also do, we need to stitch on something with sky, because the Elven Kings live under the sky or something like that. Actually, I think did I write it down? Yeah, 3 rings for the Elven Kings under the sky. So this does have the cloud, like, well, you can't, like, I keep, pulling it up like you can totally see what's there, but this does have the cloudy sky in the back. It has humans, and then 1 ring to rule them all. So the 4th prompt we had this week was to stitch on something that has jewelry in it, and I guess it's not bonus points. You could slash the stitch count in half if the jewelry that was in your project was a ring. So Emily is wearing her wedding ring in this, and the image doesn't show it too well, but yeah, so I am using this for a ton of those prompts, as well as the magical stitches prompts. So I do want to keep working on her, Emily. I do want to keep working on this so I can finish those prompts this weekend. But again, it's very monotonous, so I just put on some TV while I'm doing it. But the last project that I worked on was my Frankenstein Sal. So this pattern is by, let me see if I can, there we go. This is the newest Sal by Stitching Book Club, Sapphire Mount Handcrafts on Etsy, and she released I guess it's technically not the first part, it's just like the prequel, I don't know. She just decided to give us all a head start and release the border when you signed up for the pre-sale. And so when she releases the next part at the end of the month, that's going to be technically the first part of the Sal. So right now it's just stitching, we haven't started reading the book yet. But I'm using DMC 4522, which I don't know if you can tell on screen. It's coming along really well. I'm really happy with how it's coming. This is my first time working with variated thread, so I was kind of nervous, but I'm really happy with it. It's got purples and browns and greens, and it's just lovely. And this is a needle minder. It's a Haunted Mansion needle minder by Kim's Needle Minders, I think it is. I'll go ahead and link it below. Grime Guard is by Silver Moon Sewing. And I am wearing my Haunted Mansion shirt because tomorrow is going to be the 51st anniversary of the Haunted Mansion here in Disneyland. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and finish the border sometime this weekend. I mean, I have all month, really, there's no rush. But it is Saturday, so I'm trying something new. I'm trying to, again, I'm always trying to find different ways to motivate me to stitch. So I've decided that Saturdays are going to be sampler Saturdays. So I'll go ahead and work on my 3 things sampler, since that's the only sampler I have right now. Also, I do have the flowers of the alphabet as well. But I'll work on sampler Saturdays, and then time to stitch Tuesdays for my time to stitch Sal, and then Frankenstein Fridays. So again, I'm not saying that I'm going to strictly stitch on this just on Fridays, but yeah, at least that'll motivate me to stitch on it once a week. But I love it so much. Again, this is probably gonna be done within the next couple of days, not gonna lie. But yeah, that's all I have to show you at the moment. Again, kind of a little bit of a busier week than normal this week, but that's just a sneak preview of what's to come. I am going to try to get some of my goals knocked out this month, as I mentioned, and particularly this week. Like, I do want to get the 2,000 stitches done on June, and then the following week I'll do the remaining 1,000 stitches. But I also want to keep going on Snow Girl and do the rest of the prompts, or the rest of the projects that I have lined up for my ultimate stitching tasks for Magical Stitches. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, a little bit of a shorter video today. I do want to thank you again for all your support, for continuing to spend a little bit of time with me, letting me take up some of your time. And yeah, I am trying to catch up with comments. I think I'm a week or one video, because I think I'm at my, no, I'm still answering comments from my whip parade, which is 2 weeks ago. So I'll try to get to those relatively soon, because I do appreciate all the comments and all the feedback. It's my favorite part of you know, this whole process of posting here on FlossTube, but also on Instagram as well. So I do wish you a very good weekend if you're watching this when it uploads, and a very productive week. I hope that you're all continuing to be safe and sound, and yeah, I hope that you always find time to do the thing that makes you happy. So until next time, happy stitching, guys. Bye.